Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome back to the Let's Be Real podcast. I'm your host, Genesis.
And I'm Mariah.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
So,
I guess let's start off with where we left off.
yes, which is us meeting.
Yes, us meeting and how we the first interaction.
The very first interaction.
The very first time.
So we should rewind just a little bit.
That was good. That was actually really good.
That was really good.
That was schism. Ming.
I don't.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
You know what? I'm gonna let you have it.
We're good.
We're good.
I think we're good.
Yeah, so let's rewind a bit. So we left off discussing about how we were going to go to that party and how you invited my best friend, and I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. And we explained like a little bit of the after when it comes to the snacks that she brought.
Yeah.
Because I am a diabetic. So type 1.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, my friend comes over Saturday and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so nervous. We packed our bags. We were getting everything ready.
Mm-hmm.
I have these devices on my body to help me monitor my diabetes.
Yep.
And one is called a CGM. It's a glucose monitor, and it like goes to my phone.
We see how sweet you are on a daily basis. At any given time, I can tell how sweet you are.
And so I had to replace it. It happened to be the day that it needed to be replaced. So I replaced it, except it was hot that day.
Oh, it was hot.
It was very hot, and I was a nervous wreck. So, I'm running around the apartment. Well, my mom's house.
Yeah.
It's not an apartment. So I'm running around my mom's house, like, trying to get, like, ready. I'm like, oh, my God, blah, 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 blah.
Trying to get your life together.
We order the Uber. The first Uber cancels. I'm like, oh my God, we're not going to make it to the train on time.
God. Oh, because you had to be there by a certain time.
I had to be there. Yeah.
Because it's not like the subway. It's
correct.
Metro. What is it? Not the Metro.
It's the Metro North.
Is it the Metro North?
Yeah,
it's the Metro North.
And so
you got money. You took an Uber and you took the Metro North. Yo. Talk to me nice.
Anyways, so I mean that's all we have available. We don't have subways.
I'm sorry.
You're
like, we don't even have the subway. We've got the Metro North.
Fucking like $32 round trip ticket.
That's what I'm saying. You got money.
I was coming to see you.
And you had Uber. Oh, thank you. Stop it. Stop it right now.
Anyways, so yeah, I'm running around. All of a sudden, my brand new CGM that I just put on starts to peel. And I'm like, we get in the Uber, the second Uber. And I just see it, and half of it's lifted off.
Peeling.
And I'm like, I don't have another one of these. I'm already in the car.
That's
going.
It.
I'm like, I'm going to meet someone, be in New York, walking around, eating, dancing, drinking. I need to be able to tell what my sugar is at all times. It's really imperative. It's better than like sticking my fingers all the time.
True.
So I'm sitting in the Uber, and my fingers are pressed. I'm like trying to get it to stick again. I hold it for the entire 35-minute ride that it was to get to the train station. There was a closer one, but I refused to go to that one. So the 35-minute ride, I'm holding my CGM. My best friend's trying to talk me off a ledge because I'm like, everything that could be going wrong is going wrong right now. We're going to be late because our first Uber canceled. And then now my CGM is coming off. And then we need to take a ride still. And Mariah's like, I left. I'm like, oh my God, no.
Because I'm never late. If you know me, I am never late. And if I am late, give me about 10 minutes. And if I'm not there, someone should call the police. Someone should call my mother, probably. Or she'll be calling somebody because I'm on time. Yeah, for sure.
So I'm like, oh my God, she's leaving. Whatever. By the time we get to the train station, my CGM is finally sticking again. And I'm like, oh my God. God, I'm so happy, whatever. So now it's the train ride. And it's me and my best friend literally trying to have a conversation and me being like, oh my God, I'm going to go meet her in like 5 minutes. I'm like, oh my God, like every
1 hour later,
10 minutes. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm literally doing this. I'm literally going to go meet a stranger.
A whole stranger. I could have been a whole catfish.
Yeah. if you played it that well,
Yeah.
I would have deserved it at that point.
You know what?
Because because like there's no way you could have done the way you courted me was done way too well. So like courted. It was done way too well. Like I was willing to risk it for the biscuit. I honestly, you could have been a catfish, and I'd be like, you know what? But she talks to me nice.
But she talks to me nice. I'm missing an eyeball. I'm missing a whole eye.
It's a glass eye.
It's a glass eye. That never. Like,
it doesn't.
It's
track.
such a horrible job, and like it's actually like like I've seen a fake eye before, and like that's a fake eye. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it would have been where I would have been like, you know what?
It's okay.
That's okay. So we're approaching, and I just feel the doof, 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 doof. My heart starts going crazy.
Oh, that's
mind you. I'm texting her like, "Hey, girl, the train's approaching." I sent her the information like from the app. I was like, "Here, this is the train I'm on." All that good stuff. So then I text her, "Hey, I'm here." She goes, "Great. I'm parked on 42nd and something." And I'm like, "Okay, work."
Oh, wait. We didn't get to that part yet. should be able to tell my experience leading up to it.
Well, excuse me. Go ahead. My apologies.
Zamb.
Let's pause. My story leaves off. Train is approaching.
Yeah.
Grand Central.
Train's approaching Grand Central. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, I can't be late because I'm driving into the cities at 42nd Street. So I go through Times Square to get to the east side, which is aggressive in its own.
I still don't know what that means.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
That's dedication.
Yeah, I have no clue.
So, so I'm driving there and like I got the crazy bubble guts and I'm like, oh my God, I might shit myself. I actually might, and it's like I made sure not to eat all day just so that this exact thing couldn't happen. So I was like, you know what? She was gonna meet me outside of Grand Central. Because how can you ever find parking? And I'm also in a truck. There's no way that I could ever find.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be a drive-by. Like, we were going to have to, like, throw ourselves into
like,
the car.
I'm not going to even stop the car. Just jump in.
Yeah.
So, I get to Grand, so I was like, no, I got to find a way to park. But, like, parking around there in the garage is, like, almost, like, $50 for an hour. Yeah, it's ridiculous. For sure. So I was like, you know what? Let me see. So I just went around the corner once, found street parking. Crazy. I was like, well, now I gotta go inside, Sam, like I was, when you throw those ideas and you're like, I should find street parking and go inside. Well, it ain't gonna happen anyway. She'll just pop into the car. And I found parking. I was like, oh, fuck, gotta go inside. So walk into Grand Central, and she had sent me the information of her Metro North, the train itself, and I didn't know you could track it. Wild.
Yeah, I sent her literally the tracking because I have issues.
I was like, that's crazy. Like I didn't know you could track trains like that. I mean, you should. I just. Don't take the Metro North because that's not in my pockets. But
whatever.
But ended up getting into the trains, getting into Grand Central. She was on track 17, or that's where the train was going to come into. Mm-hmm. So I get there like a solid 40 minutes early. Solid.
But it was my fault. It was my fault because I was supposed to meet you.
Oh, you were supposed to be there earlier,
but the Uber canceled.
Yeah. It's all right. So I walked around Grand Central and stuff like that, and all of a sudden, my stomach's like, oh, and I was like, oh no, not here. Ran into the bathroom. Tim, I destroyed that. Just absolutely destroyed it. Not my proudest. What's my proudest moments? Ended up staying there, and then I was like, you know what? Let me hide behind like a booth or something like that before she comes in. And I saw she was about to come in. I finally, gathered myself. I'm like profusely sweating. Probably about to pass out because I haven't ate all day intentionally. And I'm like, all right, does my outfit look good? This and that. And there. I'm like, I'm just wearing a basic black tee. Like this ain't gonna be it, but whatever. So she gets off she gets off. I see the train coming. I was like, oh my God. All right, this is going in my brain. Okay. So I'm hiding behind there's like a newsstand that was closed, and that's when I knew what she was wearing. She was wearing this pink tank top type thing, like a bodysuit, and
it was the shirt from Puerto Rico.
Yeah, it was still tanky.
It was a tank, but it wasn't a bodysuit.
Well, you know what? I just found out what bodysuit. Anyway, that's a whole other conversation.
So sorry.
So these light jeans, and I mean, I knew how she looked, and I remember her walking out, and like time just stopped. Time stopped for like 2 seconds, and I was like, holy shit, she's real. And now I didn't see her face. I just saw her from behind. I saw her hair. I just saw her from behind, and I was like, oh my gosh, she is real. So she's not a catfish, and she's absolutely beautiful. She's so pretty. Like time literally stopped. Literally stopped.
Stop.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So this is where I pick back up.
Mm.
So I'm exiting the train. I'm texting her, walking out.
Because I didn't tell her I parked. I told her to just meet me outside
Yes.
of 42nd and Grand, like I think Park Ave or something like that.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was 42nd
yeah. So
Park.
when she walked out, she was looking up, looking for the signs to Park Ave. That's,
Literally,
yeah.
yes. So I go, oh my God, I told Jenny, hey, this is where she's parked. Let's look up because I know it tells you what cross street is at what exit.
Yeah.
So I'm like looking around, I'm looking up. And then now, me and my best friend, we don't do well with like being catcalled. Let's just say that.
Got from the Bury. It's okay. I'm from Washington Heights, so I can say that. So it's not like
the thing is, you
from
say
the Bury.
You say the Bury, no one knows what that is.
It's fine. Google it.
Google.
Google it.
I think there's 3 others.
They'll figure it out. Oh, well, that's the mystery of it. That's gonna be the mystery. What Bury is she talking about?
Anyways,
mm-hmm.
And we're walking, and all I hear is, "Excuse me, miss." And I'm like, "Who the?"
Pause. Turned around. I was like, "Excuse you, miss." She turned around. Her face. I can't even mimic it. She was like,
"Yeah."
Completely disgusted. I was mesmerized, and she was like,
"Well, I hadn't seen her yet. I didn't know it was her."
So she immediately, for like the first 2 seconds, was like, and then her friend literally like had her hand up, about to deck me in the face, and I was like, "Wow, this is gonna be a great one. This is gonna be phenomenal." And then she finally recognized me and like gave that sign of relief, and then her friend followed suit and like felt the energy shift, and she's like, "Nah, you can hug her. It's cool."
It took her a second though.
Yeah, it took both of y'all a second.
Yeah, I mean, when I turned around and saw that it was her, mind you, I had been the entire train ride just trembling, like just oh my god, oh my god, oh my god,
oh my god,
oh
yeah.
So I was just trembling. So when I saw it was her, like I already was like, you know, you get that pit in your stomach, and I'm
bubble guts.
I'm literally like, my only goal is to find 42nd and Park Ave. Like if I focus on something, I won't be as nervous.
Oh, so you weren't even anticipating, like you hadn't gone through like, oh, I'm about to see her right now.
No. I felt like that was me trying to convince myself that I was okay.
Yeah.
That I wasn't gonna throw up because I very much was like having a heart attack.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, if you find this, it's fine. It's when you get to the door. I remember telling myself, it's when you get to the door that you're gonna have a problem, right? Like as soon as you get there, you're gonna.
Let me up the ante.
Because now I have to, look for this SUV. And so, and when I saw it was her, I was like, oh my God. And I just remember being like, you're so attractive in person. I was like, oh my God. I like couldn't believe. I was just like, wow. And then she smelled so good.
I had just paid my water bill.
So it was scrumptious. There's no other word. I just remember hugging her and be like, ooh, she smells so good. And I have been sitting on a train for.
Oh, you smell good too. You didn't smell like you were on the train.
Oh.
You didn't sound like you was on the Metro North, You didn't smell like that. Nor did, It was good.
It was good. I smelled like perfume.
Good.
Thank you. But yeah, so I just couldn't. I was beside myself. I was like, oh my God, hi. And then she hugged me, hugged my friend. We laughed about how we almost got into a fight. And then she
almost got decked in the face.
Yeah, she took our bags. She held our bags.
I took their bags. So let me just describe.
No, and not like my purse. Like she took our night bags.
Yeah, she had their overnight. I didn't carry your purse.
No,
both
of our night bags.
Yeah, your overnight bags. Mm-hmm. So like to like walk up. So when we were walking out of Grand Central, she was like, "Yeah, give me your bags, right?" I'm like, "All right, nah, you got it. You can't, like I had to." So I grabbed the bags and I'm like, "Wow,
overnight bags.
This was a night. This is what are we doing tomorrow? what are we doing?" And I'm carrying both of them and trying to maintain a conversation walking up a hill with 2 body bags was wild. And like not lose the cadence. And how I was damn. You can say it. Cadence?
Yes, the cadence.
The cadence, I'm sorry. Mother Berry. So
you're not from
I know. I was trying to save myself. And walking up, trying to maintain that cadence.
Right? Yeah.
Okay, cool. And walking up the hill, you know when you work out for the first time and you're on the treadmill and like there's like a trickle of blood, right? You're like, damn, I'm thirsty, or there's actual blood, right? That was me walking up. I was like, damn. Yeah, it was great. My car ride's fine, and I'm literally inside. You know, like you start cramping, you like, yeah, fingertips start to like shake and stuff like that. That's exactly where I was at. That's exactly where I was at. And then I had to park 2 blocks away.
Yeah. I mean, she played it cool.
Of course.
Like, super cool.
Yeah, it was super cool.
Yeah, and
cool.
I also played it off cool, too, in the car.
Well, we didn't even get in. Well, so we get to the car.
We get to the car, and she goes, hey, where's your insulin?
Oh, I popped open the trunk.
Yeah, you popped open the trunk, and you go, oh, where's your insulin? And I'm like, at first I'm confused because I'm like,
why you want to know about
why? And I'm like, why do you need it?
You're trying to run
and then
it?
she goes, oh, I have a cooler for your insulin. And I remember being like, just say you want to get married right now.
Take notes.
Just, what do you mean you have a cooler? I think that was, again, the first time that someone had just done something.
Yeah.
And I guess my experience with my chronic illness that will not go away has been not, I'm fine, but I just feel like sometimes people invalidate, I guess, like type 1 diabetics because it's probably the least understood.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks of diabetes. Most of the time you're thinking of type 2. You know, my cat had diabetes. My grandma had diabetes. So I think for someone to go out of their way, I just felt like seen and understood for the first time in a while from a third party. I was like, wow, you will listen.
Yeah.
Let's start there. You
didn't have to explain it.
I didn't have to explain. I think you being a nurse helps.
I think it helps.
But I
truthfully didn't know as much about type 1. I mean, I know of type 1, like of it, but not to the extent like that I know now, I think.
Right, for sure.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh my God. And then this is when I find out about the peppers and the carrots and the seltzer.
Because I opened up the cooler and you're like, what is this? I'm like, well, here's some snacks because I figured that you were on the train and you probably didn't eat dinner yet because you have to eat now. Mm-hmm. And you're probably stressed, so that can either increase or decrease your sugar. So like, yeah.
Yeah, it was, I couldn't believe it. I was so smitten. And then, so we put the stuff in the back. Mm-hmm. She opens my car door, puts me in the car. And I'm like, wow. She beats my friend to her door, ran, Hussein bolted to that door to open it for my friend.
Yeah.
Gets my friend in the car.
Yeah.
As she's, oh no, you put Jenny in the car first. Oh wait.
No, I put you.
You put me in the car first?
Mm-hmm.
No. You want to know how I know you put her in the car first?
Mm.
Because you put me in the car and then you walked around. And that's when me and Jenny had a conversation. So she puts my friend in the car first, then she puts me in the car.
Yeah.
And I turn around to look at my best friend and I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? And we're both like, ah! Like literally having a whole heart attack.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, she opens that car door and me and my friend are
normal. Like, they're like looking out the window. I was like, oh, all right, well. Yeah.
Like nothing ever happened. Like we didn't just finish freaking out for like 3 seconds straight.
Yeah.
Because she knew. Like she literally looks at me. She goes, oh, I know you're dying right now. And I'm like, I am. Because it was just.
You're funny. Y'all are funny.
You fine. That was the only thing that I was like, wow. Like you like on FaceTime? Phenomenal. In person? Jesus. I was like, wow.
Wowzers.
Wow. Like,
you were real.
You.
No, you.
Ma'am.
Miss ma'am.
They don't make them like you where I come from.
Not from the Bury.
Not in the Bury. They don't do that.
You make
it. So yeah, I was just like, holy crap. Wow.
So then we get into the car. Mm-hmm. We ended up driving in the direction of where the reggaeton party was going to be at, which is in Lower East Side. And we go. I found parking. She needed to eat clearly because it was already like almost 8 o'clock.
Yeah, it was pretty late.
Yeah. So parked the car and right across the street was a Shake Shack. So I get out the car, open the door for them and stuff like that. I get out and we're like walking and like the whole time I was like, do I hold her hand? Do I not? Do I just play it cool? Open the door. So like run to the Shake Shack, open the door for them, and then Oh no, there we go. Open the door. Open the door to Shake Shack. We ordered food and stuff like that, and we ate.
Yeah. I love how we ordered food. She was, "Are you hungry?" I was like, "I'm good." Like, cause I was like, "No, I'm absolutely not eating." And I was like,
and a cheeseburger at that.
Yeah, and then I was like, maybe some fries. So we did share fries.
Yeah, we shared fries. And you got your own cheeseburger.
No, I didn't get a cheeseburger. We shared fries.
Oh, we shared fries. We
just
did because I couldn't even eat.
I couldn't. Yeah. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
was
we
good.
couldn't do it.
Mm-mm.
Then we get out and we walk towards the party itself. And I was like, should I hold her hand? Should I not? Like, what if is it too soon? I don't know. What am I supposed to do? It's been a while. What am I supposed to do? And I went for it.
And I absolutely grabbed her hand. I wasn't like the whole time we were walking next to each other. I was like, wow, when do, because like I have experience dating women, but I was like, I had just finished dating. I don't want to talk about it, and so I was like, oh my god, who like should I grab her hand? Oh my god, like do I? And
who does it?
And then I was just overthinking it a lot because like you could just, I don't know. Maybe it's just my brain. I could feel like the energy next to our hands as we're walking.
Yeah.
And I'm like, like, oh my god, do I do it? Do I not do it? And then thankfully she did it because I was just gonna be overthinking it the whole night for sure. And then it just felt so right.
It did.
It wasn't awkward.
And the whole time, and that was the thing. Since the moment we had met, even though there was this anticipation and the feelings that went with it, with first seeing each other and that, first interaction, even though I almost got decked in the face, despite all of that, it didn't feel weird.
No, it felt it
felt
natural.
So like, hey, what's up? It's been a while.
Yeah,
how you doing? Hey, girl. Hey. Yeah. So we went inside. We went to the
this is the funniest part of the
night.
night.
We go into, so she had paid for the tickets to go. So we go to the reggaetón party, which is like a rooftop thing. We'll get into this. I just had a hip replacement maybe 8 months prior to this.
Yeah.
It was like 3 flights of stairs. It was aggressive, and I'm like, wow, I don't think I've done the stairs like in therapy for that long. I don't even know.
Sweating by the time
by the time we got to the top, and then it was crazy.
The amount of people,
you were just like
body to body.
Like you just felt every time you like walk past somebody, like someone's wet. Yeah, like,
like wet. Everyone was.
So then we stand in the middle of the dance floor. The floor is bouncing, which I don't like. That's a fire hazard. Besides it being a fire, like I think nothing was up to code. Like there's no way because like we shouldn't be bouncing like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we stood there for all of like 10 minutes.
I was sandwiched in between my best friend.
Someone was dancing and I was just holding them. Support. Like giving them support. Like, yeah, girl, you got break him. That was what we were. And like, I don't do well in crowds.
Yeah. Like we couldn't even get a drink.
No, we couldn't even get to the bar.
Yeah, we literally muscled our way in. Stood there. I think I maybe moved my thigh a centimeter.
Yeah, no, it
and
was
then
horrible.
I was like, we have.
The music was great though.
Phenomenal.
Great. The vibes were awesome. They oversold.
Yeah, they oversold. Yeah.
Oh, it was also like the last party of the summer.
That's what it was. It was the last one. Yeah.
So then,
we left literally 10 minutes later.
Yeah, we literally left. So then we went downstairs, and I was like, all right, well, now what do we do? We're on the Lower East Side. Let's go to Henrietta's. She's never been there.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a mecca of lesbian nightlife, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So I was like, you want to go? And her friend was down. So we ended up driving there. We parked. And Jenny got out the first. I didn't open her door, but Jenny got out
Not for this one.
No, she got out of the car. And the moment
the
door clicked, clicked, not even like a full thud. Like, it latched on. We just looked at each other immediately.
You just like we knew what was gonna happen.
And we had our first kiss. It was great.
It was a great first kiss.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was phenomenal.
Yeah. And then in Henrietta's, we had multiple other first kisses after that.
Yeah, because I mean, it's like the safest space.
Yeah, now we got it out of our system.
So had a couple of drinks there, listened to music, and then we headed back home. Now, she didn't know when we were heading back home, trying to be a good hostess because my mama raised me well. of course I was like, damn, she's probably doesn't think I bought her flowers. Of course I'm gonna buy flowers. I bought flowers. And I was like, you know what? I don't want her friend to feel not included. So I was like, let me buy her some flowers too. So I bought them flowers. And I was like, so since she's coming over, they both are, like, what are your favorite snacks and stuff like that? She told me what her best friend's favorite snacks were. So I ended up getting that. So
the white chocolate Reese's.
Yeah. So I ended up doing that and setting up like a basket. Yeah, like an overnight basket. So I put a hand towel, like a washcloth, hand towel, a towel, like a regular towel. Her favorite snacks within the basket. On top, I have a pull-out. On top of the pull-out couch, nicely decorated and like made, and I had her flowers on top of the bed. So we get to Jersey.
We walk. First of all, we walk into the apartment, and me and my best friend are like,
"Y'all gassing it."
We were like, "Wait, what?" The most beautiful apartment building.
Thank you.
So gorgeous. I was like, "Wow!" And then she just looks at me. She was like, "Girl," I was like, What am I supposed to say right now? We're all in the elevator together.
We're in the elevator.
Like, she's right here. We're
playing corners.
I literally can't talk about her. She's right here. Like, how are we supposed to have a conversation? And she's just staring at me. And so I was just kind of like, this is phenomenal. And then we walked down the longest hallway you've ever seen in your life.
That's like the downfall. Like, it's like you walk and like, you've walked so much walking to the apartment that you're like, wow. Like, you have to look up and see wait, how many more doors? Like, that's how. Yeah, that is a downfall.
It was and then like both me and her are looking at each other like, this has been such a good night. Is this the part when we die? Because like it was such a long hallway. Yeah, we walk in. Of course, I immediately walk in. She had a dog, so like I bend over immediately to be like, hi, blah 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 blah, blah 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 blah. And then when I like pick my head up to like look into I didn't even look at the apartment. Yeah. I just immediately was like, dog, here we go. Yeah. And I look up and there is a bouquet of flowers on top of the kitchen table, the size of my torso.
Yeah, they were pretty big.
They were huge. And I have never gotten flowers like that. I think the last time I got flowers was like college graduation. And then, in like in the February, a restaurant gave me one rose, and I held on to that rose. I was like, "Oh my god,
dear life,
for dear life!" This beautiful pink rose. So it's like to get an arrangement of flowers like that. I was like, "Oh my god!" I immediately went and took a picture with it. Yeah, unabashedly. I was like, "Oh, I have to show my mom."
We should insert the photo here.
Oh my god, yeah, insert the
photo here
of me just. Holding it with my humongous bouquet of flowers. Yeah. And when we walk further is when we see that she got flowers for my friend and had her favorite snack. And I was like, oh my God, what am I supposed to do? I feel like most of the relationships I had previously where I was younger, like much younger. Yeah. So not that this is the fault of the people I've dated, but I feel like I guess not much thought was put into meeting someone for the first time when you're younger. You just are like, hey.
No, I was really into you. Like, I don't. Yeah. Like, I don't. Do I think that I'm kind, caring, like thoughtful? Sure. Absolutely. I don't think that I've gone to this extent though. So not saying it's the fault of others. It's not. I think it's just it
was different.
It was different.
Yeah. No, for sure. And it felt and it was like really. It was like it was confirming a few things for me because I as much as I was like I almost said I was like as much as I love her at the time I wasn't gonna tell her that, but like
I love you
immediate, just such a lesbian, like I love you move in
right now. You thought this overnight bag was an overnight?
I'm actually moving in. I am. What did you think? Yeah, so I think like I just had such care for her at this point that it was just like I was like, oh my god, like these are the things that you've always wanted, and like you just didn't know how to ask, or whoever you were with just didn't know how to do it. Yeah. And so for it to be happening and I didn't have to say a word, it was like by the end of the weekend my best friend was like, if I wasn't here, true, I would think you guys were faking it. Like it wasn't that good.
Yeah, she was there.
It was that good.
It was.
It was magical. That entire weekend.
That
was
whole
so
weekend.
magical.
Long story short, we so the next day went to go eat.
Mm-hmm.
Went to drive. So you had, regardless, we had to go back to Connecticut because we needed to go on our date.
Like, right, we were going.
But your car was also there. Your friend also needs to go back. So I was like, no problem, no worries. And I'm like, where's her car? And she's like, at my house with my mother there. I was like, oh,
so
bueno. La cosa que son buenas.
We literally meet, and the next day she meets my mom.
Not even next day. Less than 12 hours later. I am meeting her mom. Then her best friend's mom shows up, and we're just sitting in the backyard. I'm drinking a Premier and
Corona Premier. Shout out to Corona.
Sponsor us. Sponsor us. And all of a sudden, now I'm in on a. It's still cold.
It's still. Oh my god!
It's still cold.
It's still cold. Okay. Side note. So, me and my mom went to a store once upon a time, and they have the insulated can holders.
Yeah.
And they just happened to be on clearance. They were really cheap. And my mom's like, I don't think that works. And I'm like, these insulated...
They work.
They work. They work.
That's why they exist,
like, hello, they're just on clearance, but these work. And she's like, nah, whatever. So I buy myself one. There was a pink one. And if it's pink, it's for me. So I bought the pink one. And I was like, oh my God, this is phenomenal. And so... that because we had been spending so much time outside during the summertime, I was always annoyed when my beer was cold. And I got the kind that you can put a beer, you can put like a can.
It's multi-size.
A slim can, a chunky can, a glass.
You could do it all.
You could do it all. Or you can just use the cup itself.
Or the cup.
So I remember putting my little slim Corona Premier in it and drinking it. And like 30 minutes later, I go up to my mom and I go, try this in the insulated can. And I go, it's still cold.
It's still cold.
It's still cold. And my mom started cracking up and she goes, oh my God, it's still cold. And every single time I would pick it up, I'd go, Mom, we'd be in the middle of a conversation. I'm like, oh my God, Mom, guess what? It's still cold. And we just took it far from there.
It was like the anthem for the summer.
It was the anthem for the summer. So
now I'm part of the anthem because like now I've been there for all of 4 hours. And I'm like, it's still cold.
It's still cold. Now she starts cracking the joke.
It's still cold.
And I'm like, oh my God, I love her.
It's still cold.
Sorry,
wow,
not
again.
Not yet. I was like, well, I love her so much because she's just joining in on our antics because me and my mom do dumb stuff like that all the time where it's like, it's still cold.
So yeah, we spent our time in Connecticut and we ended up just coming back to Jersey. You brought your car back and stuff like that. Yes.
No, remember? Did I bring my car? No.
You still didn't bring your car.
Yo,
we're
bring my
psychopaths.
Car. Absolute psychopaths. Because so she goes, hear me out. And
hear me out. That is exactly me.
That was the first time I heard hear me out. We hear me out all the time. She goes, hear me out. What if we go back to Jersey without your car?
Yes.
And
I'm a psycho.
She goes,
bro.
Tomorrow's Labor Day.
Yes.
Why don't I just bring you back tomorrow? To another drive to Connecticut.
Straight psycho.
And what did I do? I said yes.
Of course.
I was like, absolutely.
That sounds like a phenomenal idea.
I can leave my keys, thanks.
No problem. Bye.
No. My mom was like, you leave it.
Yup.
Goodbye.
That's so funny. That's right. Because then it makes sense because you spent another night.
So I spent the other night. But you know what's the funnier thing about this? It's Monday.
It's Monday.
It's Labor Day. Mm-hmm. I don't have work.
No.
You don't have work.
No.
So we're just bopping around the town.
Chilling. Straight chilling.
And then it gets to a time where I'm like, so when are we driving to Connecticut?
It's already late. Why we gotta go?
And then I heard, hear me out for the second time ever.
Hear me out.
She goes, what if she works the next day.
Yeah.
And so do I. But she works a lot earlier than I do. Because I worked at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, I work at 6:30, 7 o'clock.
6:30, 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
So she goes, what if we wake up super early, drive to Connecticut?
Because there's no traffic at that time.
Right. That's the reason. Drive to Connecticut.
Yeah.
And then drop you off, and then I'm going to drive straight to work.
Yeah.
We had to wake up at like 2 o'clock in the morning.
We literally, we went to bed like at 6.
Yeah.
We literally, the sun was out beaming. And I'm like, all right, well, we got to go to bed now. Here's 5 melatonin to the face because I got to go to bed.
Like,
that's
all because we were like, because
then, I have children, and the way that my custody set up is it's 50-50, so it's every other week. So they would have came back, and I was like, damn. So the next time I see you will be like in another
2 weeks.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it's like, well, I want to spend as much time as I can with you, and yeah.
And I
Yo,
felt
straight psycho, bro.
I felt so sought after.
So psych. Yo, that is not me. That's so crazy. That's wild, bro.
And the rest was history.
That's it. And we're here now.
Here we are.
And here we are.
I moved to Jersey.
Let's be real.
Let's be real.
Let's be real.
Be real about how fast this all happened.
Yeah. I'm not mad at it.
I love it.
I love it.
I love it so much.
It's our story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Truly unique.
It is. Wow. That's how we met.
What was your favorite part?
My favorite part is when you came out of the train. That's my
Mm-hmm.
favorite part. I'm telling you, like, for 2 seconds, the world stopped. For the world literally just stopped, and you were just walking out, and I was like, holy shit.
You know what was my favorite part?
Mm.
Watching you grill that man who was looking at me.
Straight psycho, bro. When I held her, yo, you gonna make me look like that? No problem. I'm gonna tell it.
I love it.
We held hands for the first time, and we were walking up the block, and like, I mean, she's absolutely beautiful, as you can tell. She's pretty gorgeous, all of that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Continue.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're
Yeah.
pretty.
Thank you,
You're
baby.
pretty.
Thank
So, I'm holding her hand, and like some guy, obviously, how could you not check her out? And I was like,
the outfit was cute. I had heels on.
yay,
Yeah.
besides the outfit or anything like that, just baseline you are. Doesn't matter what you wear. Doesn't make you more beautiful, more pretty. You're the same.
Ugh.
So, yeah, and I was like, as I did it, I like grilled him, and I was like, oh, I look wild. Like, I wonder if she caught that. Did you?
I did, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I was like, "Oh my god, is she about to?"
me? We're on a date. I met you all of 1 hour and 42 seconds ago.
Literally, and I'm over here like, "You gonna fight for me? That's crazy.
You're gonna fight for
You're
me?
gonna fight for me? Great, because I can't fight." And it was like, and I just remember being like, "Oh my god, no way." Okay, I'm just kidding. My favorite part had to be our first kiss.
In the car.
It was just because we had that same
Clicked.
energy.
Yeah.
We both turned to each other at
I could see
the
that.
same exact time.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever been that on the money with someone. Like, have I had a connection with other people?
Yeah.
Sure. But like,
Yeah.
but to have the same thought as it's at the same time, like we both knew what time it was. And I loved it.
Game time.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like we do that pretty often.
Yeah, no, for sure.
With like a lot of things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. My favorite is when we do it to shower.
What?
At night.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we'll look at each other and it'll be like 2.5 seconds of silence because we don't stop talking.
Nah.
And
I thought I talk a lot. Nah, I met my match. So much so we had to do a podcast.
We have to get it all out.
We have to figure out a way to get it out.
But there's like so many times where we're just like scrolling in bed and then we'll both be like, so you want to go into the shower at the same time? Like, it happens all the time. I think the shower one is my favorite because I think we get to a point where we're like, can we wind down?
Yeah, like
Let's
we
do
just
nighttime wind down.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that was our story.
That's our story.
I love it.
Me too. All right, well,
want to run it back? No, I'm just kidding.
You want to run that back?
Run that back one more time.
Yeah, that's our story. Thanks for listening.
Appreciate y'all.
I guess in the comments,
like, comment. No, I'm just kidding.
like, comment, and subscribe.
Subscribe.
Hit the button. You know when they
Yeah,
hit
when
the
they're like,
button
hit the
below.
button below.
No, but like for real, what do you think of the story?
Of our story?
No, I mean like other people, like these people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You guys.
Yeah.
No. Tell us what you guys think. Have you had something similar? I'd be curious to read some other gay romances
For
and
sure.
the straight ones. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Pandy-wandy.
But like, you know, people who have like interesting stories. That's what I want to hear.
Come on, everyone's story is unique and interesting.
Oh my god, you're so nice.
I am. I am. All right, guys.
Thank
See
you
you
for
next time.
listening. See you next time. Good night. Good morning.
Bye.
Bye.
Good morning.